I'm Kate Wareing and I am the Director of Oxfam's UK Poverty Programme. Well, as you know, Oxfam works to tackle poverty and inequality all the way around the globe. And one of the things that increasingly characterises poverty globally, but is particularly the case in the UK, is that it's all about distribution. So it's not as though the UK doesn't have enough to go round. We are still the 6th largest economy in the world. But wealth and assets are very, very unequally distributed in the UK. So the richest 10% of our population earn 30% of our money, and the poorest 10% of our population earn 1% of our money. And in a country with high living costs, that means that we have over 13 million people in the UK defined as living below our official poverty line. And in practical terms, that means that we've got 13 million people who are facing very hard choices on a weekly basis in order to maintain anything that approximates to an acceptable standard of living. You need to think about what poverty is in the UK and the extent to which it's a permanent state of affairs. You know, are we a country with poor people and non-poor people? Or are we a country in which many people will experience poverty during their lifetime? And actually, the latter is the truth. There's an awful lot of press attention given to ideas such as intergenerational transmission of poverty, and there are obviously communities or cases where that's the case. But the reality is that there's an awful lot of people in the UK who will experience periods of poverty during their lives. And it's normally the result of transitions. The two things that make you most likely to become poor in the UK are losing your job or starting a family. And as a society, we don't protect people well against life-changing experiences in the UK. So there are an awful lot of people in the UK who will experience a period of their life during which they are poor. It's also true to say, though, that there are some groups of people who are far more likely to be living in poverty than others. So poverty is not equally distributed in terms of people's ethnicity. So you have very high rates of child poverty, particularly amongst the Bangladeshi community in the UK. And women are far more likely to be poor in their lifetime than men are. And again, that's because of the way in which our society still has reasonably traditional roles in terms of who cares for children and who works. So as a woman, if you take time out of the labour market to bring up children, you are not only economically dependent during that period of your life, but you're also not accruing pension rights. So we have an economy which is still highly defined in terms of people who work being people who build up security for later on in their lives, and women are therefore far more likely to be poor than men are in the UK.